sir.
Yes, sir. Episode 69 of the Sports U podcast,
yes,
baby.
Sir.
69 of them things, Gift Man. Did you see this coming when we were first? Oh, god damn it.
Hey, man. we comfortable over here at the U.
We are.
Did you see this coming, man?
Of course I did, dog. You know
You
why?
see it?
You know why? Because it's you and me, dog.
And then,
Together
brother,
forever.
we
Nine
brought-
more seasons, Morty. 9 more seasons, Morty.
we're in season 2 of the Sports U podcast, and of course, we always got to introduce our guy Steven from across to us.
Gang.
He wasn't there from the beginning, but man, does he feel like
Day
it
one
has
supporter,
been
though.
easily
Day one supporter.
came in. Yeah, that's true
for it.
too.
Facts.
Easily came in. A very great change, and I'm so glad that we made this addition. Seamless. That's all I have to say. So again, welcome to the Sports U podcast. How you feeling there, Steven? 69 of them things.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, bro. Having a good one.
We
how,
all
how y'all feeling today?
we all got our sunglasses off
Great,
for episode
man.
69, right?
I got paid. I'm off. I got some wine with me. And I'm going to talk some shit. Let's get to it.
Let's
I
get
like
right
that
into
tone.
it. Y'all clicked on our faces. Welcome to the Sports U podcast, where we read you sports
And
news.
you listen to our stupid-ass opinions.
We are back with the Sports U crew right here. Let's start it off with the quick hits, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and bring us in, Gift Man, with the first one.
Ravens signed Jim Harbaugh to a 3-year extension.
John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh.
It's all
What'd
good.
I say?
Jim.
You said Jim.
I did?
And the only reason I corrected you is because there's literally his brother's name is Jim.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh, 3-year extension. Still no progress made on Lamar Jackson, though. It's all right. Everybody else going to get their bag first, and then they're going to dump the truck on Lamar.
Well,
They're going to dump that truck
yeah.
real soon on Lamar.
They're gonna have to.
They're going to have to. They have to.
Well, yeah, I
Price-
mean,
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
one big thing is they have to start where Deshaun Watson is in the price. You know what I mean? He's an MVP. He's never had
He's-
anything off the field. And
Yeah.
come on, man. Your production up the wazoo.
Even
Now-
Josh Allen, he should get more than Josh.
You think he should get more than Josh Allen?
He's an MVP. Like you just said, he's an MVP.
My
That
only
is
thing,
true. He
my
did
only,
win an MVP first before Josh Allen.
my only thing is I
First
feel
year
like
starting.
my only thing is I feel like Lamar is more of a team player. So
fair.
we'll see what happens. But ultimately,
I agree with
this
that.
is not really a good sign when it comes to the Ravens. But let me say this much: Lamar Jackson did say through a tweet that he has no intentions of going anywhere else, and that he's still working on a deal with them.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a big Ravens for life type of guy right now. Loyal.
Yeah, like I don't think they're stalling because they can't come to a deal. I also think because like I've seen him on Twitter recruiting. I think just he's waiting for them to see what they can get in free agency before he even gets his hands into it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Kind of play your cards right. Don't put him out like that. Paul George, we actually had this in the quick hits because he was coming in, but he actually played yesterday. So after a 3-month absence, this man comes back, scores 34, drops 34, and actually it was like a 23-point comeback on the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell calls a timeout when they had none left to really seal the deal for the Clippers. Gifton, did this change? I'm sorry to interrupt. Did this change your outlook on Paul George and the Clippers this year? Because I know how you feel about Paul George. Pandemic P, that's your favorite thing to call him.
That was a great pandemic, man.
Yeah.
The fuck?
It's Google.
Oh,
Hey, Google, pause. Can you tell him, Steven?
Hey Google. Pause.
Pandemic P, I guess, sounds like
I was
play.
like, who the fuck got the soundboard? Nah, but nah, because Paul George getting kind of old.
That's your analysis on
Look.
anything?
I mean, well,
Because he doesn't have the style where it's like, oh, it's all on my athleticism. He's very smooth with it, takes
no,
his
he's
time.
always smooth with it. It's crazy to see him come back from, they were down, 15 or 20 in
23.
the game? 23 in the game, and then he came back and dropped 34 after 3 months of not playing. That's crazy, but I mean...
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm just happy to see him back in
Yeah.
action because that's a really good player. Even though he's on the Clippers, nobody likes the Clippers. I'm sure Steven can speak to that. Go on ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would be one of those pandemic P guys too. I'm sorry, but even like
you got another one.
but even all
Poor guy.
aside, bro, like
3 months away,
it's
couldn't
cool.
escape it.
Like it's cool. It's good he came back and had the good game, but like long term speaking, I don't think that it's gonna produce to them going to the finals.
No, I'm not saying
Like,
necessarily that.
yeah.
I'm just happy that he is back, though, and he came back nice, and they were able to come back on a Jazz team that seems to be spiraling downward.
We don't care about the Jazz.
A lot of people don't. Let's get into the next one here. The Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, on trading Amari Cooper. We were talking about Amari Cooper in the past and how much of possibly in him not having that dog mentality in him.
Yeah.
This is what Jerry Jones had to say about it. We made a decision that allocation should be better spent somewhere else. Can you? I think that just confirms what we had to say, right?
$100 million on him, bro. I
crazy.
told you.
Do you think it's more of the amount, or do you think it's more of his not his production, but his attitude? And I'm saying Jerry was really upset
Look.
that he didn't get vaccinated, and now he was out for those 2 weeks.
Yeah, I agree. I think that added on to it, but yeah, it could. But yeah, him not being the game to game, I'm gonna go get 100 yards guy. I'll only do it maybe when we're at home, or maybe if we're playing the goddamn Jags, even though he probably didn't. But like I'm saying, he pick and chooses the games he wants to go off. So that's what I'm saying. If he had that mentality every game, for sure, yeah, he's a top 10 receiver.
How about you, Gifton, after Jerry Jones? Him out of here.
Man, I would probably have to say the dollar amount for sure.
Yeah.
Because Jerry Jones honestly, Jerry doesn't mind breaking the bank for somebody who
they
he
didn't draft
really,
him either.
And Jerry doesn't mind really breaking the bank for somebody who he really believes in.
Look
We
at
just
Gallup.
seen it with Amari Cooper, Gallup, so Dak. He does.
Zeke got his bag.
He doesn't mind breaking the bank for those guys.
Jalen
but
Smith
the
got
fact
his
that-
bag.
The fact that
Smith,
he
before
broke
he
the
got cut.
bank and then he didn't do what Jerry asked him to do, of course he's going to get his ass up out of here.
Yeah, he pretty much lied because they were saying like the Cowboys were all vaccinated or something. I think too.
Well, he was like, he's just a little disappointing, and I mean, that could speak towards the attitude. Well, not the attitude part, but his overall. Come on, man! Like, we're paying you to be a really big piece, and you not playing or you not committing in this type of way. And it sucks to have a vaccination be like, oh, he's not committed, but
Aaron Rodgers.
that's what it kind of feels like. That's what it kind of feels like.
mean,
Gifton. Oh, go ahead.
It was one thing added on to all these other things. We don't see his motor. He's not consistently
That's
there.
the best way to put it. His
Like
motor.
you can't be not there all the time if you're getting $20 million a year, bro. That's like I'm sorry. That's just a bit much. If he was getting $13 million a year, he'd probably still be on the team right now. But 20,
I feel that. The MVP ladder for the NBA has been going crazy. Let's just talk about the top 5 here. A lot of people have been coming up and going down. Joel Embiid, in the recent reports from experts, is leading. Then you got Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, and then Luka Doncic rounding out at number 5.
Embiid's going to win it. I don't care what happens. Embiid's going to win it.
I've been saying it from the beginning that
It's his
if
turn.
you've been watching him this year, he is so insane. And then you also have a couple stints where Harden, even though he's on 76ers, he's either missed games because of his hamstring issues, or he's just been playing poorly. And there he is, Joel Embiid, kind of coming to the rescue there. This recent matchup against the Bucks, it didn't necessarily work out, and I actually seen James Harden being the decision maker at the end, where I feel like the decision should be give it to the MVP. That's what the Bucks did with the MVP candidate. That's what the Bucks did with Giannis, and look where they got the win and also that block at the end. So they had a chance, but man, I really feel like, again, Joel is the MVP. But if I'm gonna have to pick, because of course, you know, it's all about narrative and all this shit, and it's his turn. That's how the MVP works. It's his turn, but Giannis is the real MVP in my opinion. Does anybody have anything else like to go against that or another pick?
Stevie?
yeah. I mean, honestly, it's not hard to argue against Giannis. Like I agree with it. Yeah, it's probably they're gonna be like, yeah, it's Joel's turn, but yeah, Giannis could definitely win a third, even though
That'd be
like
wild.
yeah. It's
I wouldn't
probably
be
Joel's
mad
turn.
at it, but I'd be wild to see Giannis win the 3.
If
And even Jokic, like I'm not saying Jokic should get it back to back, but yeah,
He's had the numbers.
He's
He's made a
definitely
great-
in the mix,
yeah,
bro.
for
He's
sure.
he's a threat.
Yeah.
So here's the stories in my opinion, right? If the most valuable player, what is your definition of the most valuable player, right? So if it's a story, then it should be Embiid. If it's how he makes everybody better, and with the cards that he's dealt, look what he's able to produce. It's Jokic.
Yeah.
If it's dominance, it's that man's Giannis once
Yeah.
again. So I feel like all three of them have the same type of thing. Jason Tatum kind of cooled off, and Luka Doncic, I just feel like isn't on a good enough
not his turn
record
yet.
type of team.
It's not
Yeah,
his turn
he
yet.
has a lot more years to go, and all these other guys are again
Luka's
having a
gonna
better
get
year.
one, bro.
Luka's gonna
Yeah,
get
he'll
one.
get one
Jason
eventually.
Tatum's gonna get one.
You know
It's
how
just-
it is.
It's
It's your
not
turn.
their
It's your turn.
Exactly.
But do you guys agree with that kind of narrative on each one of those guys?
Yeah.
I feel like that's how it kind of is. So
Yeah.
take your pick. What do you prefer is the most valuable in the aspect? Get to bring in the next one, my guy.
Man, speaking of Jason Tatum, Celtics Robert Williams torn meniscus out indefinitely. Just had surgery yesterday, so he'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks. And boy, it sucks that they lost Robert Williams going into the playoffs. Because
It does.
man, that was probably the best. Oh, was that far away?
No, you're fine.
That was probably like the team's best paint defender for sure than fucking Al Horford or Daniel Tice.
Today, go
slow.
ahead.
Al Horford's slow.
You're
So I'm watching this Miami Heat game. We were talking about it a little bit
That's Al
in the
Horford.
past one.
Just fucking
he's
slow shit.
He's never really
funny.
been like a defender like that.
He's been-
bro.
I think
in
he
Atlanta,
hustles.
he was going
He's a good
crazy.
hustler.
Now it's like
and he has a good IQ. He knows where
now,
to be.
now it's
Yeah,
like oh, I'm back.
okay, like
He has the intimidator badge, dog.
Unc Silver.
On silver.
I wouldn't give him that bad.
Re-
Like,
oh, go ahead.
yeah. I'm not saying he's bad. But my thing is, he's not one of those guys. I was saying, oh yeah, he's locked down. Don't go up against him.
I feel
type.
that.
You feel me?
So today I was watching the Miami Heat Boston Celtics game. We were predicting a lot of things, and I was ripping into my Heat talking about this is ridiculous. 4-game losing streak. You're top of the Eastern Conference. You're facing these guys right here. They're gonna be at home. You need to put up or shut up right now. I wasn't confident, and I was wanting to light a fire under their ass. They proved me wrong, and I'm happy they proved me wrong. One of the biggest things, though, was that Robert Williams wasn't there. Of course, we just mentioned it right now that he's injured. It was a big deal because we were able to get into the paint. There wasn't that much defensive prowess in that, and also Jason Tatum was silent in the fourth quarter. We pulled in a zone. They were able to really give him, force the ball out of his hands, and Jaylen Brown was able to come through for that, but it just wasn't enough in the end. A lot of fouls going either way, but the Heat out-hustled them, and ultimately this team looked very, very good. There's a lot of ups and downs, but one key part in it, and we were talking about it last week, Kyle Lowry averaging 13 points is ridiculous, and also Duncan Robinson, 20 mil Robinson, needs to
points,
put up.
bro.
So he didn't really
that's not
do anything to
enough
make
either.
that much of a change, but Kyle Lowry putting up 28, I think it was, points today. Big change. That's what we needed. And he didn't show too much on the defensive side, but of course, having him on the offensive side when we have all this hustle somewhere else
I don't
was a big
expect
change.
much from him on the defensive side, but do you really do you think he will be a consistent 18-point scorer for you moving forward?
In the playoffs, I feel like Kyle Lowry. So Kyle Lowry has a history of in the playoffs pulling up for 30 and then dropping 8. And then pulling up for 30 again, and then dropping 8 on the Raptors, and that's why they were called the baby dinosaurs against LeBron James and the Cavaliers,
Yeah.
and that's Kyle Lowry's history. So hey, if he wins us 2 games, because the rest of our team can win us those other 2 games, if he wins us 2
low-key,
games because he
even in
pops
the
off, that's what I need.
Low-key, even in the finals with Kawhi, he did that too. Like, he had some
Yeah.
games where he went off in the finals, but he
A little
he
bit
had
more
a couple
consistent, which was
games
nice,
where
but Fred
he had-
Van Vliet was the main dude in the
Big
finals,
head
baby.
Fred.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my dog,
Yeah,
bro.
he killed it.
I love Fred Van
Fred
Vliet.
killed it. That.
Let's bring in the last quick hit here. Cavaliers rookie Evan Mobley leaves with sprained left ankle versus the Magic a couple days ago.
Damn.
The Cavs lost today. Gifton, I know that you've been high on this man all year long. What is your first impression on this?
It sucks because now that they're in the play-in spot, it's gonna be a little bit harder. It'd have been easier if they secured a 6 seed because they wouldn't have been as worried or as pressed. Now that they're in the play-in spot, because of the play-in, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Evan Mobley was clearly a big part in the offense and defense. So I mean, it's just next man up with the Cavaliers, really. So hopefully Isaac Okoro can come in and just fill that void.
Is Jared Allen still out?
Jared Allen's back.
I didn't think I'd seen him just in the highlights part, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really looked into that. So
Okay.
Maybe somebody can you want to look into that because you have I know I have my computer in front of me, but I definitely want to bring in the next thing here. Oh, even better. Let's get into the NBA. We have 3 matchups here that are definitely something to keep an eye on. We wanted to focus on these matchups because we want to bring in 2 teams. Sorry about that. But let's bring in the first one here. I'm very excited about this because that Bucks 76ers matchup was crazy. Great game to watch. We focused on another couple games that I thought were going to be good, and they ended up being 2 blowouts and 1 good game in today in the Miami Heat Boston. But let me bring in this one. The Milwaukee Bucks at the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern time. Let me just bring in this intro here. Miami, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Boston have all sat on top of the Eastern standings all season. Yet the Nets have all the pieces to match up with these teams when Kyrie plays, at least. Last time these two played, the Durantless Nets won behind Irving's 38 points. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was surprising.
Real quick, though, Jared Allen did not play.
No.
Okay, so it sounds like, he's still undergoing that. The Bucks have stayed consistent, though, throughout this whole season, having a silent season with possibly the MVP leading them to the 1 seed in the end? Question mark. We'll see what happens, but the Heat did win today, so that helps our case. Remember, though, the Nets were a shoe size away from advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. So the question to you guys is, will the Nets put the Bucks on notice in this upcoming matchup, or will the Bucks continue to handle business and work their way towards the top? Let's start with Steven.
I'm gonna ride with the Bucks for this game. So.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think Giannis is gonna stay and continue to be Giannis. I mean, this is in Brooklyn too.
This is in Brooklyn.
Yeah. I think the Bucks are gonna take this one, honestly. I feel like with Kyrie coming back and now finally being able to play home games, I feel like they're still getting used to that, and it still might be a little tension due to the fact that he still could have got vaccinated and played. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a blowout, but I think the Bucks still win, bro. Honestly, I really like. And yeah, it was you're saying the shoe stuff, bro. The Bucks played better still, bro. They won the game.
Yeah,
They won.
it's OT, but it was also Game 7, and if it was a little bit behind, they would have sent their ass home, which is crazy. And they ended up winning the championship. That's crazy.
Exactly.
It's a shoe size. That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
So
Giannis still got a bucket on KD.
Well, you're right on that maybe the Kyrie thing is a little bit different. The Nets are 9-13 when he plays, and they also have a lot of defensive issues, right? So for me, man, I wish I can go against you. I really do, because I love to debate. I love to make cases for a lot of different reasons. But ultimately, man, and I've been saying it this whole season, that why not the Bucks? They have the same people. Bobby Portis got better. Drew Holiday is having an even more silent type of season, but he's the same type of player throughout the whole season. I mean, Chris Middleton, you get, it's the same thing with Chris Middleton. We're going to get Milwaukee's trio. They didn't even include Drew in this. Milwaukee's trio of Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, and Bobby Portis are a plus 13.5
Fuck, they put
per
Bobby
100
Portis
possessions. Yeah.
ahead of Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that's the difference in Bobby Portis. He spreads the floor right now. He's really good on defense, and he's a 40+% shooter from 3 right now.
Yeah.
It's insane. Gittin, what do you have to say? I'm going with the Bucks. I think there's no chance for these Nets. But I'm gonna be honest with you on this one. The Nets, good competition brings the best out of those Nets, and that's what happened in the last matchup.
That's true.
Where's it at? Where's the
So you think Kyrie's gonna explode for another 50-point half?
We got a unanimous decision, because the Bucks have everything to stop the Nets, and the Nets have everything to stop the Bucks, but the Bucks are gonna be more successful.
How? Who's gonna stop Giannis?
Yeah, I'm like, how they?
He ain't stopping
Giannis. Stop! He ain't stopping Giannis.
Eric Claxton.
Nick Claxton.
I get their names
Donnie
off too.
Fogland?
Donnie Fogland.
Nick Claxton.
Come on, man. Who's stopping Giannis? Seriously.
I mean,
DeAndre Jordan?
Wow.
He's not on
plays
their
for Philadelphia.
team.
No,
He's not on the Nets.
Oh,
bro.
he is on the Philadelphia.
He's not on the Nets.
No,
Anyway.
I mean, like
Exactly. Who do they got?
Nobody's stopping. Giannis
Anyways,
on that
but
roster.
bench wise and starters wise, they're both kind of even. Except I just think Giannis is really on a mission. Giannis is
I
on
don't
another
really
mission.
think
I don't
it's
think
that
their
even.
bench is
I
good.
don't
Why
think
aren't
it's that
they?
even.
The Nets bench isn't that good.
Well,
It's
I'm
not
just
better
saying.
than the Bucks
Okay.
bench. It's not better than the Bucks bench.
But playoffs wise, the bench is gonna get a little bit tighter. So the same amount of people that the Bucks are gonna throw in, probably
Bro,
like 8-9 guys.
The
Brooklyn's
Bucks
gonna
had
throw
like
state.
6 guys. They had like a 7-man roster and beat the Nets in the playoffs, bro.
So did Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn didn't have that much.
But
either over there.
Come on.
I'm taking the Bucks.
You think Paul Millsap's gonna stop him?
Paul Millsap is in Philadelphia, bro.
God
got
damn,
traded,
why I
bro.
keep doing
He
this?
got
Fuck,
traded.
dog.
What? Why does the 76ers keep getting their sloppy
This
seconds?
gotta be watching
No.
shows,
Is
man.
it this one
This
over
gotta
here?
be
Hold on,
watching
hold on,
games,
hold on.
man.
Yeah, this is me.
Stop.
Nah,
Listen to James
Yes,
Harden
it's-
trade.
You know what happened? It's because the Nets and 76ers played each other, so I'm getting the benches mixed up a little bit. To compound what we're saying, the Bucks are leading the season series 2-1 with the Nets winning the last meeting, though, of course, with that Kyrie outburst. So, again, these Bucks, they're just going to continue to roll. I see them going to the finals, even with my Miami Heat in there, even with the 76ers, with Harden and Joel Embiid having his best season so far. I just see the Bucks going all the way.
Y'all got Giannis that first time, but yeah, I don't know if y'all can shake him again.
It's going to be tough because I feel like who's going to
Now
stop
when
him
Drew-
on our
now
team?
when-
Dwayne Dedman?
N-
We
now
can't
when-
even fucking stop Jason
Not when Drew
today.
Holiday's playing like this either.
Yeah, they didn't even have Drew Holiday then, though.
That's
Yeah,
but
that-
the
they
way
didn't
that
have a
Drew,
Drew
but the way that
Holiday
Drew
back
Holiday is now, like Drew Holiday can
Silent
literally
killer.
stop anybody
No,
1 through 4.
I agree,
with
but,
no hesitation.
but the Heat beat them when the Bucks didn't even have Holiday on the roster.
That
Yeah.
So
true,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be a different picture.
Nah,
It is.
but I mean, I definitely think Milwaukee's gonna be spinning the block on everybody in the playoffs for sure.
It's
They're gonna get their licks in for
hey, bro,
sure.
I think it's going to be the same finals again. I just see it.
Nah,
There's
facts.
no
Oh
reason
my
why
god,
it
that would
shouldn't.
be
It could
so
be.
fire.
That'd be annoying.
Oh,
Could
that would
be.
be fire.
Nobody watched that last.
Yes,
what-
hey,
But-
wait,
I'm gonna be honest, though.
wait. We
But
enjoyed
no one
Cleveland and Golden State.
expected them
we
last
enjoyed,
year,
We
bro.
enjoyed Cleveland and Golden State, didn't we?
But that had LeBron and
Who the fuck?
Steph.
LeBron,
And
LeBron,
no one
who
expected
cares,
that
bro?
the first
We
year
got
either.
fucking
I
Giannis
did.
and Chris Paul
I love
going up
LeBron.
against each
I'm a
other.
big LeBron
No,
fan,
but
though.
they didn't think the Warriors were gonna make this finals that.
And the
first
Warriors are
year.
really fun to
They
watch,
weren't
though,
a
too.
favorite that year.
I don't know if I don't. Here's the thing. Giannis was really fun to watch in those finals last year. That
I
was
agree.
insane.
I
Everything
agree.
else wasn't really up to my standards, at least. And I think the biggest disappointment last year in the finals, at least, was DeAndre Ayton. Now let's get into the next
He
one.
couldn't
After
do
the
nothing.
after the first game, the first game was nice.
Oh,
Other
okay,
than
I
that-
was like,
He
I think
couldn't
they
do
just got
nothing,
I think
though.
they just got outplayed. But
He
DeAndre
couldn't-
Ayton did
yeah,
get smoked though.
yeah, he
DeAndre
got
Ayton did
smoked.
get smoked.
he
but-
needed more. They needed more from him.
He couldn't do nothing.
Let's get into the next one here. The
Minnesota
Okay.
Timberwolves at the Denver Nuggets Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. The Timberwolves have been starting to change their brand in this league and help Anthony Edwards
with the help
With the
of
help of
Anthony
Anthony
Edwards,
Edwards.
baby.
Resilience is a word that Cat keeps mentioning when speaking about the culture of the team, yet they have a losing record on the road, unlike their counterpart, the Nuggets. Denver has a 2-game lead on Minnesota heading into the playoffs as their 2 stars continue to work themselves back into the lineup.
And that's speaking of Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., who's
yeah.
not in the lineup. I'm kind of
Still.
saying that they're
That sucks.
working their way back from injury.
Sucks.
So the question
That's
is,
scary.
and I want to focus on the Timberwolves on this one.
That's scary?
I'm saying that's scary that the Nuggets are still doing this, and like I'm
Oh,
saying,
okay.
The same thing with
Go
Nikola,
ahead.
right? He just makes
Yeah.
everybody better. Anyway, will the Timberwolves back up Cat's talk and show their resilience, or will the Nuggets continue to be consistent and win at home?
Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the Nuggets are going to continue their resilience and win at home. I like Big Cat. I like Anthony Edwards. I like Jordan McLaughlin. Shout out, bro. Edawanda, IE's finest.
Yes, sir.
Shout
out.
Man, but Jokic is still putting up these crazy numbers and making everybody look like an all-star. And honestly, I wouldn't want to run into Jokic the first round because that might go 7.
Well, here's the thing, and I want you to kind of say it. Why not the Timberwolves, though? You mentioned these great players, and then that's it. But why not the Timberwolves?
Because the Timberwolves still really don't have a leader. The Timberwolves still really don't have the bucket getter. The Timberwolves still don't have the grit, the grind.
Cat's not a real alpha.
Cat's not a real alpha. Thank you. Cat's not a real alpha.
He got a big head when he's up big.
Cat is a great.
He's a front runner.
Cat is Robin on steroids, but he's not the guy I'm going to give it to with 4 seconds left on the clock. And like, Cat, I need you to win this game.
Unless it's a three-pointer.
Unless it's
he's not in the paint. He's on the perimeter like
D'Lo, not really that guy like that. What,
but guess
Pat
who is
Bev?
though? Anthony
Is
Edwards.
he Hollywood? Anthony Edwards.
Anthony
Edwards
like
talks
Anthony
a big game,
Edwards,
but
bro.
I mean, we'll
that
see
man's
in the
aggressive.
Play. We'll see
He don't care whether they're winning, losing.
We'll see in the play.
He's still young, bro,
If he gets
honestly.
out,
Exactly.
He's year 2 for him.
Yeah.
So for
it is
me,
year 2.
I
was like, wait, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's only year 2 for him.
It is.
So for me, man, I honestly,
But
and you know what?
He looks for where he is.
He looks like he's been playing for 6 years for sure.
He looks like he looks great.
He got the confidence of a 6-year player.
That for sure.
Does he have the like all around game as a 6-year player? No, still.
No,
I still,
no.
but
no.
I think they're on the
He's-
verge
he's
of
on the
changing
right
this
direction.
culture, though,
He's
right?
in the right direction.
He has spurts and glimpses of it,
Yeah.
and it's a really good, tasty glimpse.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna do nothing. Oh, they make it out of the plan. Okay, cool. They're still gonna get smoked by Memphis.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's what they're kind of trying to play for, right? Nuggets are around the cusp of not being in the play-in tournament. They're in the playoffs right now. The Minnesota Timberwolves are in a play-in spot. And let me say this much. The Wolves had not had a 3-game losing streak since December 28th. Steven, who do you pick in this matchup so far?
I'm riding with the Nuggets as well, sir.
And why is that? And I want you to base it off of more of the Timberwolves because I definitely want to talk about them.
Well,
like why not the
like,
Timberwolves?
I feel like not the Timberwolves because at the end of the day, is this a road game for the Timberwolves
Yes.
as well?
Yes,
well,
sir.
Yeah, that's a problem because you can't call yourself, oh yeah, we're up and coming and we're about to do this. But yeah, you gotta take care of business on the road. Like veterans already understand that. So if you call yourselves saying we're about to make the next step, you gotta start thinking like a vet as well.
For me, what my biggest thing, and I agree with you guys. I think that they have something to prove, right? What you guys are saying is correct based off of the previous Timberwolves. I am gonna go with the Timberwolves. Here's the thing: you got to start somewhere. And with Anthony Edwards, I really feel like he's changing. Not necessarily the culture, but he gives them more gas to that fire where there's a little spark lit by Cat saying their resilience, saying all these things, trying to be that leader. And I've seen him try to be a leader beforehand. But let me tell you this much. There's been a lot of personal things that has happened to Cat to where he's actually matured internally. And I feel like, he's putting a little bit more effort out there to where he will start to become this leader. And, I believe in good spirits and bad spirits. He's got a good spirit above his head with his grandmother and other family members. So hopefully that really fuels his fire. And let me tell you this much. It's really hard to pick. Jokic just recorded his 19th triple-double, and Monte Morris has been a big highlight since the absence of these other stars here. And, of course, Jokic is making everybody better. Yet, I really feel like these guys, with the recent things, the way that they're talking, the way that they're holding themselves, not, going down the same rabbit hole that these Timberwolves continue to do year in, year out, having a good start, having a terrible ending, and a terrible second half.
Yeah.
Cat's starting to show a little bit maturity. He won a 3-point contest as well. He's showing a little bit more of confidence on both ends of the floor. Now it's about making your actions speak louder than your words. They're talking about resilience. I like that word. Rather than, oh, we're good. Oh, we're going to be better. Oh, we're going to out-hustle. Resilience, which means getting broken down and popping right back up and getting right back in their face. On the road, I really think that, these Timberwolves with the change of culture, and of course I like to argue with you guys. Let's go with the Timberwolves right now, baby. I feel like that they can pull this one out against a MVP candidate, even though he's so good and deserves a lot more recognition on his end and the cards that he's been dealt. If they had at least one of those stars, though, I really got the Nuggets. But
Yeah.
with the downplayed Nuggets,
Jamal Murray's
with
playing, it'd
the
be a
Timberwolves
rollover
having
for
everything that
sure.
they need, with even you mentioned Patrick Beverly. What if Patrick Beverly's even fulfilling it a little bit more, hyping other people up? Now I'm not going to give him that much credit to change a whole culture, but he's
No.
definitely one that participates in it.
But
He's a piece for sure.
I want to say maybe him and Anthony Edwards might actually be cool. Like,
That's
look,
it.
they might. What if they're actually cool, bro?
That's the weirdest duo.
I
Oh
know,
man, that'd be
I
a
know,
weirdo duo
but,
to like hang out with, huh?
But like, you could. But
I
I,
got a-
could see
I got a
Pat. But I
scoring
could see
machine
Pat
and-
Bev liking him
I
and
gotta-
being
I-
like, "Hey, young boy," and Anthony Edwards is probably just gonna be respectful. Like, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, they're probably cool.
I like it. I
They're
think it's
probably
fun.
cool.
I actually seen the
dope
the
tandem,
dunk
though.
of Watanabe getting dunked on by Anthony Edwards today. I was like, man, that guy has so much talent. I can't wait for Anthony Edwards to be in his 6th year. We're just speaking about that. So
Yeah.
on to the next one here, though. So this one, we got the Miami Heat against these Chicago Bulls, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
Stop it. Get some help.
These are talking about the Bulls, man. MJ's talking about his own team right now. The Bulls started the season as a surprise. Even DeMar forced a lot of experts to consider him for MVP with his late game heroics. Lately, though, the Bulls have cooled down, going 4 of 11 in their last 15 games, putting them in the 5th seed, really close to the play-in tournament, where I predicted that they would be before the season even started with all the pieces. Never thought that Lonzo would be out like that, though, but that's another piece I will get into later. Maybe it's the injuries to the depth and Lonzo not being available, like I just said, but they face a struggling Heat team, even though they won today, looking to get back on track and lock up that 1 seed. So now the question is, and I definitely want to focus on the Bulls. We talked about the Heat in the past. Definitely check out that video on our YouTube channel. Will the Bulls lock up the Heat and perform on their home court for the playoff push, or will Miami get the best of them playing on the road against 2 really hard teams, or against playoff teams these Heat are? So they already showed out against the Celtics on their home court. Will they do it against these Bulls? Let's start with you, Steven.
Who do I think wins? I think the Heat win, but I don't think. See, yeah, you said lock up. I don't see the Bulls winning because they locked up. I see it because they want to shoot out. You feel me? Honestly, I don't see them winning on defense against the Heat because, I mean, I don't feel like I like certain players they have, but I don't feel like they have this defensive identity. They do have a lot of scores.
Who's their best defender on the Bulls, you would say?
I'm giving Caruso.
Yeah, I was just about to say, is it Caruso?
Caruso.
DeMar's been known for his defensive prowess as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah. DeMar can defend as well, but like I'm saying, like overall, like I'm not calling them a defensive squad. We could check their ratings. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be a top 5 rated defensive team. Like, it is what it is.
I'll go ahead and check that out while Gifton gives his part right here. Who do you got in this matchup, Gifton, and why?
I'm definitely going to go with I'll probably take the Heat on this one. Only because Lonzo Ball's still not back yet. I thought he would be back around this time, so my guess is he's trying to save himself till playoffs, which is cool. It's understandable, but there was a point where the Bulls were the 1st seed throughout this season, and now they are the 5th seed. I did say though that they would be. No, I actually said they'd be top 4. I said they would be the 4th seed in the East, but it turns out they're the 5th. Lonzo's still not back yet. The bench is cool and everybody's still cool. I just feel like, I don't know, man, Miami's kind of locked in when it comes to camaraderie and roles, and that's honestly going to be a big thing going into the playoffs this time around. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's like you had said, there is no defensive identity when it comes to the Bulls. So they don't hang their hat on defense. They more so hang their hat on offense. But I do agree with you that it's gonna be. I do agree with you that it's gonna be a shootout though, and Miami's just gonna like barely get away with a win though. But I'm gonna have to go with Miami.
Yeah, I'm looking. So I'm setting it up right here for the offensive ranking.
I think it's a problem that the Bulls are not beating playoff level teams too. Like, you can't be 0-16. Like, That's a ridiculous number.
You know, they are just one ranking ahead of the Lakers, 20th out of all the teams right now. So yeah, I think you're correct, and I would never really
Lakers
look
should
at
be
the
lower.
That's how I'm kind of thinking too. Like, damn, they actually produce a little bit, huh? It doesn't really look like it, especially for the last game. Let me say this much, you know, you got to give them a little bit of a break, I guess you could say, because of all the injuries that they're enduring. Lonzo Ball is the main part of that defensive side of the ball, right?
I would agree with that too.
So the bench production of the Bulls has been poor, of course. Kobe White and Tristan Thompson are just not cutting it. The playmaking on that squad. Who are the playmakers? You have,
well,
you know,
they lost Lonzo. That's
another big deal.
His role is actually pretty big, honestly, for them. So
crazy,
him
right?
being gone, it
DeMar,
is a factor.
not more of a playmaker. I feel like he was more of a playmaker on the Spurs rather than this team. I feel like he's more asked to be of a scoring option. Zach LaVine, of course, is one of the main scoring options. Vucevic has been more of a disappointment on this team. Once an All-Star, now who even talks about him, I feel like. The Bulls have been losing leads, turning the ball over, and even Caruso fouled out recently. So you can just see how much of a defensive pillar that he has to be for that. The Bulls have also lost 9 of the 10 last road games. So they're at home where they're going to be comfy, and it's their time to shine, to really put out against these number one seeded Heat. But, you know, I can't go against my guys. You know, I can't pick these Bulls, even though, you know, they're going to be at their home court, the house that MJ built again.
Stop it. Get some help.
They need to get some help somewhere, somehow. Again, I think in the beginning of the season, I was more of like, there's a lot of good names on this squad, but it just doesn't equal to wins, in my opinion. And when it comes to the overall feel, the overall way of where they're trending, and it's the time to really start heating up right now, right? You want to start to really put people on notice.
And they should have heated up
They're definitely
like
on the
10,
opposite.
15 games ago.
They're on the
But
opposite
to
end
close
of
out
right
this
now.
strong for the Heat, yeah, that's a good thing.
You gotta you if they close out against the Heat and they close out strong, it will be a good thing. But the big thing is you have to win road games.
Yeah.
That's a big deal on how to tell whether or not your team is
Facts.
gonna be a good one or a bad one. And so for this one, it just I never wish for a team to like go downward like this. Even though my prediction was they were going to be in the play-in tournament, even though with all their hype and even at the number 1 seed, I was like, we'll see what happens at the end. But I don't really see them winning this. I feel like the Heat are really going to bounce back from their win today. It was a really good win, and maybe even a blowout, dude. Like one that's just going to say, this is who we are, or we need to win this game, and we'll start sparking it back up. And once Lonzo comes back, he'll be the whole tying it in a knot and putting a bow on it. You know what I mean? But overall, I just don't see it. I don't see it whatsoever. But so that will be it for our NBA. You know how it goes with that. Oh,
Stop it.
wrong one. The NBA is done, and now we got to get into the NFL. You want to bring in this first one, Gift Man?
Yeah, man, because this one's kind of interesting. Patriots owner Robert Kraft, it bothers me that we haven't won a playoff game. It bothers me that we haven't won a playoff game in 3 years. And
let me bring this. Let me
Yeah,
say
go
this
ahead,
intro.
go ahead, 'cause I was
How
gonna-
spoiled
Pretty spoiled.
do you have to be to say that type of shit?
I'll agree.
You know these
That's my
Cowboys,
squad,
right?
but I agree.
There's so many teams, and this guy with all his rings
Stop yelling.
says, I can't believe we haven't won in 3 years. You're basically going through a rebuild, dude. You just had a rookie quarterback.
Bro,
I'm sick and tired of
even
it.
that, even like you said, we're going through a rebuild, and even the process of this rebuild, it could have been a lot worse.
And it had some good signs.
It's very smooth. This is probably one of the smoothest rebuilds.
Let's speak about it real quick. Let me bring it in. Robert Kraft has been spoiled on and off the field. Happy ending joke. But seems to have a fit.
Sick man.
Seems to have a fit about the Patriots not holding their standards that he has held them to. He has shown in the past that he will do whatever it takes to win, though, and this was just true. And in a loaded AFC, he expects similar results to the years with Tom Brady. The GOAT.
Yeah.
Do you see, and we'll start with you, Steven. This is your team right here. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Do you see the Patriots winning a playoff game in 2022?
Honestly.
I guess it's 2023, right? Because that's when the playoffs will happen. But 2022, 2023 season.
I feel like, because, like, realistically, like, our team itself, we're not predicated on the big free agency moves and the splashes in the offseason. Like last season, we did that last season, but that's not what we do normally.
Mm-hmm.
We get guys down low, like we make these under the mud
average
deals.
Joes off the street.
I'm not even gonna say we're getting guys off the street, because I mean we're getting guys who are on rosters, but they're gonna be guys that you're like, I've never heard of him before. I've never really, unless you've like really watched the team they were on before, bro. Like that's what it is. So we need, like, as far as offense goes, the only thing I really feel like, well, I won't say it's the only thing, but the real key that we should get is wide receiver, and from that should be done in the draft. I'm not really tripping off us not paying any of the guys that we saw right now. It's a lot of guys in the draft right now. As far as wide receiver goes, it's looking like a really serious class. So I don't think that's an L by us not going for anyone in free agency on that key.
Well, I think you mentioned, and you put a lot of this into the notes here, that Mac Jones, second year on the Patriots. When you're talking about the draft, you're looking for a wide receiver, a linebacker, or maybe even a corner. Why those positions?
Well,
is it Bill Belichick's just strong suit?
Because defense wins championships.
Well, yeah, all right. Because I put those positions because, like, yeah, defense is, like, always where he's added, like, a lot of depth in corner and the linebacker position. Those, like, we lost J.C. Jackson, and I feel like
big loss.
Yeah, he's a good. He's a Pro Bowler.
Where did he
just
go?
because of the
He
production,
went to the
right?
Chargers. Like
shit.
Yeah.
Chargers, baby, the sleepers.
Man.
What were you saying though?
Me?
Yeah.
I was just asking, like, why those in particular? You know, I know you would really emphasize the wide receiver.
Yeah, the wide receiver and linebacker, because at this point, linebackers a lot. Middle linebacker, most of our middle linebackers, a lot of them that were actually starters and role players are older now. So we need to start getting younger, and we need to get younger guys who are faster in those areas. And then corner again, so probably just get more speed corners too, because, like, realistically, J.C. Jackson was our fastest. He was either our fastest or second fastest corner, bro.
No,
like,
he played a lot of man, and when you're playing man, you definitely need to be a speedy corner.
Either he or our slot corner are probably our fastest corners, because our slot corner is pretty nice. But he was injured, so, like, yeah, that was another thing. But he should be back next year. But that's, like, corner is definitely we picked up two corners this offseason, though. We picked up one guy was through a trade. I've actually seen some footage of him before. He was on the Texans.
You guys picked up Jabril Peppers, no?
Yeah, if I can say something,
I like that.
I really like that pickup,
like
and I
that
think
pickup,
that Bill Belichick will be able to get the most out of him.
That is gonna be nice.
He was like this in college, where he was just a crazy player all in all these different positions. Kind of can be like a box safety that will eventually just go wherever you need him to go.
I like that, bro. Our safety depth with him now, bro. We are solid. I mean, long term, Jabril Peppers with the other two safeties we already have right now, that's gonna be a nice picture, honestly, if that's what works out, honestly.
So I don't know for sure if you did answer the question or not. But you mentioned a lot of things that they need and what it looks like, and I know that naturally we're very hard on our own teams. That's what we need to be, right? Hold them to a standard.
Linebackers and corners for sure.
How do you feel, though? Do you think they're gonna win a playoff game in this next upcoming season?
Honestly, I think we can. Yeah, like, realistically, I think we can.
But you can. I believe that you guys can. But will you?
Will we? What's the It's like I'm guessing. I'm still gonna be guessing. Yes, we can win a playoff game.
Yes.
Will we? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
You're
I'm
still
saying,
good at
I still
okay.
feel like we can win
Yes.
the playoff game.
How about you, Gift man? After all the things he mentioned.
You don't win shit.
Yep.
Hey man, everything looks cute and glamorous with all the signings and Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, and there's a reason
This
why they
guy.
traded up for Mac Jones, but nah, man. Like, y'all look good in the division, that's great, but that's it. Y'all just look good in the division. That's cool, but
Well, the Bills are in their division,
We
so
were sure
You
beating
let-
teams outside of our
you let-
division this
yeah.
last
When-
season.
you
though.
let- You let Tom go, or you guys part ways with Tom, the dynasty's over. And it's time to start anew. That ship has sailed.
We're starting anew.
The TV's on and Tom Brady's watching it.
We're starting anew.
Yeah, you are, and it's gonna be a couple of growing pains. So Robert Kraft needs to calm down, chill,
I agree.
go get a massage.
I agree. See,
Go get him a massage.
all right, you're saying another thing. We agree with the point that he needs to chill, but like as far as like the progress is going, I think it's progressing in the right
He
direction.
needs to
You can
chill.
sit down.
You don't tell Robert Kraft what to do.
You can sit down, bro.
And he wants wins, and he wants it
Man.
all
but
the
nah,
time.
I mean, it's not like
He does sound spoiled. Though.
Yeah,
that's
it's
that's
spoiled.
true.
that
It's true.
that, and it's not like you guys didn't sign a crazy big receiver, running back, Mac. What the fuck?
We
I
didn't
was just
sign
looking to
it.
see
Oh,
how
I
much
was-
time we've been in.
I was like, dog, I smell good. Anyway, it's not like you guys signed a crazy receiver.
He's smelling you
running
on live.
Hey, I'm just saying you got awfully close to the suit, dog. What's
Go
up?
ahead, though.
You
We're
know,
solid on running backs, bro.
no, I know that, but it's
Damien
not like.
Harris.
But it's you guys didn't sign a big time player, so I don't expect big time results.
Well, they signed
We
big time
never-
players.
We did last
apparently,
season, but like
and
I'm
it didn't
saying,
really work out, right? I expected them to do a lot more because that's the way Bill Belichick rolls, right? He gets people that he's gonna get the most production out of them and put them in places to be successful. I never even heard of Jonnu Smith last season, the whole season, and I was hyped about him. He was a
But
speedy receiver, one that can make run blocking.
I'm
They
seeing
paid
what
him
you're
like
getting
they
at,
paid him like a
but
big
that's not
guy, at
because
least.
Jonnu didn't produce. What he was more used in run blocking than passing to begin with off rip, bro. Like,
but
that's
Hunter Henry.
His usage is why his production did not meet what you would say standard Jonnu Smith. He's not tight end one like
Hunter Henry was.
Tennessee.
That's fine.
Yes.
I understand that, but I'm saying though, Jonnu was more of a stretch the field type of tight end, and he can definitely run block. Don't get me wrong. So can
Yeah.
Hunter Henry, but I would say
And
Jonnu was
he
a little
wasn't
bit
on
better.
a lot of deep stuff like that either, though, bro.
He's a little bit. I'm saying that he was used like that.
but that's not.
and he
how,
can,
Yeah, he didn't.
but
they didn't do that.
I don't think Bill
before.
Belichick's like, we're gonna take a tight end and run him down the field if their name is not Gronk. Now let me say this much, and you said it even.
Or-
you capitalized on
Never
this,
mind.
right?
Well, I would
Most
more
cap
say
space.
Josh McDaniels.
Well, he's gone now.
Yeah.
Most cap space is tied to the offseason moves from last year, but the Patriots are never a team to hold on to as it's underperforming. And
Aguilar.
let me say this much. Yes, Aguilar was definitely a disappointment. It's crazy how these other wide receivers were able to kind of come in and fill that role. Talking about Jacoby Myers was a big surprise last year.
Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick
had a
Bourne
good
is
year,
a really
bro.
good
He had a good
one
year,
as
bro.
well. So from my understanding, even when you're kind of talking about the wide receiver, maybe you don't even need a number one, but you need another guy to get more attention. Same kind of what you're talking about impact ratings, right? Another guy to get more attention on that side, so that these other two guys can get open a little bit more. Now, is it the offensive side? Is it the defensive side? From my understanding, last year it looked like it was a little bit more the defensive side
Yeah.
than it was the
I think we
offensive
need
side.
more on
Damien
defense,
Harris
bro.
is a really good
Yeah.
cornerstone when it comes to that running game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mac Jones is a safe quarterback. In his second year, can make a lot more camaraderie,
He
a lot more
can-
chemistry with his tools. Guess
He
what?
can definitely grow more too. Like
Yes.
like even
Well,
based off of the
who's to
first
say he
year,
can grow more, right?
Like no, because I'm like on the off his first year, bro. He did everything he can ask from him, bro. Like
Hey.
at the end of the day, no one even thought he was gonna be starting.
So we'll see this much, right? Because always in the second year with these rookie quarterbacks, now you got tape. This is
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah.
You're gonna have struggles.
Yeah.
Well, from my understanding, when he made that throw in the playoffs, and I think they were down by a touchdown, and it looked like it was
It
right there.
did.
It was a dime.
That's
But Micah Hyde made a
he's
beautiful play.
He's
A
a great
beautiful
player, bro.
play.
His ability, their
And
safeties
on
are
that
really good.
on that interception, I thought it was completed. I was like, that's a dime. It was a fucking interception.
It
I don't
did.
care what anybody said. Everyone's
It
like,
did.
that's not a good throw. It was intercepted.
No,
that was a good throw.
That was a dime, bro.
And it was just a better play. So let me say this much. I have high hopes for these guys. And with the way that they run their organization, that's a big fucking deal. We're talking about how the Browns and Baker Mayfield, it's how hard it is to overturn a whole franchise.
It ain't hard.
Well, these
it
guys,
sucks.
it's hard, brother. It's hard.
Mac Jones don't got to worry about the locker room not being on his side.
Exactly.
You
They're
have
on his side.
yeah, that part. You have a second year quarterback. I think the only downfall is that they do have film on him, but you could still take a lot of pressure off of them with the Damian Harris. You can still take a lot of pressure off him if you give him a little bit more weapons
It's not
on
even
the
about
outside, like you're
taking
mentioning.
pressure off him. Like even he himself making growth in the offseason will
Let's hope.
fuck tape.
Because
What
I
you
feel
gonna
like
do
I
with
feel like
what
it's
I
good.
did this offseason.
So for me, one win, and let me say this much: the Bills are going to win that division, so that means the Patriots are going to be in the wild card. Do I think the Patriots can win a wild card game in the
Honestly,
AFC?
I don't
Yes,
think
I
we
do.
should say they win. They beat us by a game in the division this year. Are you serious?
Yeah, no, well, I'm assuming that the Bills are going to be a better team than the Patriots are, just because of Josh Allen, at least, and then you still have Von Miller on the other side, adding to their defensive ways. And I don't remember the Bills losing any of their key weapons on the outside. So for me, I got the Bills winning the division, but you have the Patriots getting in there on a wild card. Getting in there on a wild card and then having to win a wild card game, that's a playoff win, right? I think the Patriots definitely have a chance to win a playoff game. I'm going to say the Patriots do win a playoff game. Oh. You on the outside looking in, Gift, man.
I
He's
said
a
my
hater.
take.
You said
I said my shit. I
He's a
put my
hater.
2 cents in. But let's get on to the free agency. The best available players right
2020,
now
baby.
as of March
2022,
30th.
excuse me.
The NFL offseason has had many trades and signings that have been crazy as hell so far.
Even controversial with Deshaun Watson, baby.
That may be a surprise or even controversial, Deshaun. Yet there are still plenty of free agents that can make a huge impact on the team. So let's just go over a couple of players here that are still actually free agents. And the first one that it's actually kind of crazy to see
Yeah,
still,
I agree.
Tyrann Mathieu still doesn't have a team. And my guess is he must be hunting for some money. He must be hunting for the
You have
bag.
to be, right?
You have to be.
It feels like
a man his caliber. My bad.
No, you're
man
fine.
his caliber, the defense, the presence, the anchor, the leadership in Tyrann Mathieu. I would take my time too, and I would look at my best options as well. And also, I want to be reimbursed for what I'm about to contribute. I want a lengthy contract. I want some nice money. I want over $100 million.
He's a
No, hell
safety,
no, bro. It ain't gonna work
He's
like
a
that.
safety,
All right.
bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a safety.
Somebody
he's
will do
older.
it. Somebody will do it.
No,
I mean,
this
shit.
year.
not 100.
Hey, we say that,
Not
and then
this
look at
year.
Von Miller, $120 million.
Oh, that's
at 30.
Vaughn.
They're smoking
And that's a
dick.
that's
He's
a
still
pass.
30.
That's
He's
an
still
edge
30.
rusher. They
He's
get a lot of money.
Still 33
Well, yeah,
years
But I'm saying they
old.
get a lot of
that
money.
is
The edge
Still
rushers, they
33
got a
years
lot.
old. Whatever.
With the way the
Anyway.
cap works,
Nah,
the
if you
safeties
rush
they're
the
not
quarterback, you're
really
getting more
valuable
money, bro. I'm
with
sorry.
money. Corners get paid more than safeties.
Von Miller, Schwan Miller. Anyway.
and he'll probably get a 1 year. He'll probably get a 1 to 2 year deal. Nothing crazy.
I think he's looking to get locked up for the next couple of years.
Well, think about it this way, right? And then I'll go ahead and ask you, what's your take on that? He's versatile. He's a playmaking safety. He had 13 interceptions over the past 3 seasons, tied for second among safeties. Missed just 2 games, dude. 2 fucking games in the past 5 seasons. That's a value in itself that I don't
Man,
mind
but-
They
putting
looked
some money into you.
Kansas City was looking shaky when he was not playing.
Thank you.
honestly.
Yes.
They
Emphasize
did.
that.
They did,
Emphasize
bro.
that. Hey, wait, hold up.
Hey, listen.
Say it again, man. When he wasn't there in those playoffs,
You
when he
can't
got
have
hurt.
Sorensen out there.
Oh man. I really think that Tyrann won a chip with the Chiefs. He he really calmed down that defensive side. Even when they lost to Tom Brady, he was all up in the face, being fired up.
Yeah.
He sets the tone. He's the guy, big playmaker, of course. His 13 interceptions can actually be more, but he's busy cracking people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
All over the field.
Definitely high IQ. Cornerstone, man. I would love to have him on my Rams. So I don't know what's going on with that.
I would love to have him on my Rams.
Can
I'm
y'all
just saying.
afford him still?
No, I don't think he's coming on the Rams at all. We got some good safeties. We got some good secondary people. Like, for some reason, we make them just good enough on that safety side. Even though we were down a couple people and we had to get Eric Weddle back. But
Yeah, that was tough.
it was definitely something there. So, Tyrann Mathieu, anybody have a destination? I haven't really thought about any destinations for any of these guys, but
I feel like I'm just more.
You know what? I'm gonna just keep
Can't
my
really think
y'all,
about people.
y'all gonna hate what I'm saying.
What are you gonna say, bro?
Raiders.
I don't think they have any money.
Damn, really?
But we'll see.
Maybe not.
They got it tied up in people, I think. But
If he takes a 1 year deal,
well,
I
think
feel
about what they just did with Devontae. That's a big
True.
man. That's a big amount of money.
I don't know.
And if this guy's looking for money,
Even me, I feel like I'm thinking right now. I don't know of any good teams that like really need a safety like that, bro.
I think it'd be funny to have him on the Bills.
They
Like-
don't need him.
nah, they don't need
They
him.
have.
They had those two good safeties,
That's what I'm saying.
but
There'd be no way.
They
I
don't
don't
need
think
him.
they could fit him either.
No,
Like you said,
probably
Von
not.
Miller's taking too much
My
money.
yeah,
my
but-
guess would
yeah,
he would have to
before.
go somewhere established like a Green Bay,
maybe a Ravens.
They have
A
safeties
Ravens.
already,
a
too,
Ravens
though.
would be pretty cool.
Packers
maybe not.
are
Maybe,
the
maybe not the
Ravens.
Packers. I don't think the
The
Packers.
Pack-
would
the
look
Fuck
for
it,
him.
Ravens
you
just
go to the
signed a
Char-
safety.
You go to the
They
Chargers
did.
just because.
Who was that?
Who was the safety they just signed?
Marcus Williams.
Oh shit,
He
yeah,
went
you're
to the
right.
Ravens.
Yep,
We'll
you're
just
right.
we'll just speak on the player, then we won't talk about destination. We should have done a little bit of research on that. But the next one here, we spoke about him. We won't spend too much time on him, especially with the amount of time we have on the pod already.
Bobby Wagner, can we skip him?
Well, he turns 32 in June, but he
We can
has
skip
a
him,
16
bro.
game starter last season, 170 tackles, ranked third in the league wide. We'll go ahead and skip him because we talked about him already and how much of a difference he can make on any team.
This is also surprising too. Jadeveon Clowney.
Not
Clowney
really.
has been on 4 different teams in the
It's
past
not
4
surprising to me.
seasons. Coming off a year which he had 9 sacks and 19 QB hits in 14 games, while finishing 4th in ESPN's pass rush win rate metric.
So he definitely
Man.
proved last year that he still has got it. The year beforehand, he didn't have that much, but ultimately, he's looking for another paycheck. He's looking for a pay raise, in fact, this year. And I mean,
yeah,
he's a name brand,
Slow
right?
down,
He's a
brother.
name brand. He's a name brand, right? He's a name brand, right?
Where is it?
Where is it?
What is it? Which one?
Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some
Yeah,
help.
MJ, we pay no
whoa,
royalties,
whoa.
you asshole.
Whoa, Jadeveon.
You're just gonna gamble it away anyway.
Whoa! Don't you dare talk about my guy like
MJ like that. Anything to say on the Jadeveon Clowney thing? I know you had a couple things already. Steven.
I mean, I just wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't be trying to put him on the Patriots. I'll put it that way. Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm
damn.
sorry. Like
I'm
that's
not
crazy.
surprised, though.
He's good.
He's
He is good.
he's good, but he's not always there.
I feel like the main part about him, he doesn't
And he's not-
show
and-
up on the
and,
stat sheet as much, but he interrupts. He's a disruptor,
And then
straight disruptor.
I feel like if you put him in a you have to put him in a situation where he's the number 2 guy too, like
He-
on your pass rush.
He's been
He
number 2
cannot
for a
be the-
while, and
he cannot be your number 1.
It's never really took a defense over that. It's like Jadeveon Clowney's really done that for people,
I
so we'll
agree.
see. OBJ, Odell
Eh.
Beckham. We definitely talked about this guy already. Beckham suffered a torn ACL in the Super Bowl and underwent surgery in mid-February, catching 48 balls for 593 yards in 12 games. Other wide receivers include Jarvis Landry and Julio Jones. Out of these 3, let's make it quick here, Steven. Who would you want on your team? You're talking about wide receivers with the Patriots, so I think this is a good one for you.
Yeah, honestly, you guys are probably not gonna expect this one, but I like Julio.
Oh,
No,
I thought you were gonna say Jarvis.
I expected you to say Julio because Julio
Yeah.
really didn't fit to me.
Like,
And
Julio
Tennessee
won't be on
like
the field.
that.
Yeah. Bro, relax.
Stop it.
Like honestly,
He gets injured all the time.
Stop it.
you can't say
Get some
all
help.
the time. Okay, these last 2 seasons.
These last
yeah,
3-4 seasons, yes.
Why are you adding numbers?
Yeah,
I'm
3,
telling
4
you.
See, that's crazy. He always tells
These
me,
last
"Bro,
two
don't talk about that.
seasons,
Yeah, that
yes.
doesn't
What?
really." When what the fuck was I talking about? The Legion of Boom. And you was like, don't talk
Dude,
about
you,
that.
that's 2012.
So?
That's 10 years ago.
So?
I'm talking about the last 3 years, last 4 years.
Okay.
No, it's only his last year in Atlanta and then the Tennessee year. Yes,
No, the
he's
one
been hurt
before
these
that,
last
he's been
2
hurt
years.
too.
Bro, 2 games.
Can't stay on.
What do you?
And,
He's still
and,
average.
And
bro.
he's allergic to the to touchdowns. He'll get the receiving yards. He's allergic
His
to
last
touchdowns.
season in Atlanta, he missed all those games and was still
got
averaging 100 yards a
disrespectful.
game.
I don't know about that one.
I do because he was on my fantasy team that year too.
Oh,
actually, bro.
He's like, I remember
Yeah.
him.
I do.
How about
Yeah.
you? How about you, Gifted, out of all these 3?
Jarvis Landry, I'm honestly surprised he does not have a team yet, honestly.
I think Jarvis is definitely underappreciated.
I think he's taking his
with
time.
these 3.
He might be
they
taking
all
his time
should.
too.
They all should.
That's
But
a run blocker
But
right
I'm
there.
surprised that
That's a slot
nobody.
receiver
I'm
right
surprised nobody gave Jarvis a bag quickly.
That's a
Like
run blocker.
like a $60 to $80 million bag. Quickly.
he's a-
Yeah. You
I'm
see how
shook.
Cleveland made him look, bro? No.
he's
Yeah,
a-
it's
weren't gonna
Baker's
make him
fault.
do
We know.
that.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
always back to Baker.
I'm
when
not
he
Keeping
gets
putting-
him going all season.
I'm not. No,
folks.
I'm not even gonna
All
say.
season.
No, I'm not gonna say it's only Baker too. But Jarvis was out there playing hurt too, and he was looking
Yeah.
like shit when he was playing hurt.
Yeah,
too,
but I
bro.
think
he
you
had
said-
some
I
bad.
think
takes.
Jarvis is on-
He
you
had
s-
some bad takes.
I think you said it when we were talking off air. The whole team was just dicking around, running whatever type of routes they wanted to because clearly they wasn't fucking with Baker. So
Yeah.
who knows? Like I said, I out of them 3, give me Jarvis Landry
For me,
sure.
why I would pick Jarvis is he's a run blocker, safe hands, very good slot
Safe
receiver,
hands.
and route runner. So we'll end it on that. I want you to bring. Well, I'll bring this one in, get Steven, and then you can go ahead and talk about him because Stephon Gilmore was on your team. He's definitely on a free agent. Is a free agent, excuse me. It's a 32-year-old corner though. Won't get paid that much money, and he only played 60% of the snaps 3 times in his 8 games that he had with the Panthers. He's a former Defensive Player of the Year. Everybody knows that. But he was traded from England. They always get off people a little early.
Yeah.
Do you think Stephon Gilmore can still have his best work ahead of him? Maybe not his best, but still good production.
I think he
ahead of
can
him.
still have good production, but I feel like the issue could have been with him was maybe he was looking for more money than what was being offered to him as well. Because, like I said, like the first time I came here, I think you guys were asking me if I was surprised by him being traded, and like I told you, no, not really.
It's Patriots
Because
way.
It's not even about being the Patriot way. Like we said, they were supposed to, he's a free agent now, so they were negotiating with him this last season, and there was no agreement. Like he was obviously probably asking for more money, but we weren't getting him on the field because he was coming off of an injury from the 2020 season that carried over, and he didn't really play. He probably only played like, I don't believe he played more than 2 games with us even last season.
I feel that. And we'll keep it at that. Stephon Gilmore, from a guy who definitely has watched them game in, game out, contributing to a Panthers team that wasn't really in the mix, and maybe he can get onto a team where he can show off that he's still a productive 32-year-old. Gifted,
Yeah.
let's
I
bring
think
in
he
this.
can still-
Yeah, I just want it's
go ahead.
it's
Sorry.
hard for a 32-year-old corner to get some money nowadays because I
Yeah.
know we were
I
talking
don't think he's
about
getting
this.
a bag
Whose
either.
phone is that?
It's mine.
Phone's quiet on the set, please.
We
Fuck.
live. Look at the damn live on there.
Man. But anyways, we got my favorite segment back, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Yes, sir. We got a fuck one, marry one, kill one.
Yikes.
4th quarter edition. Ladies
Fourth
and
quarter
gentlemen.
edition.
Bring it in, Gifted.
So, and I was, Rob hit me the other day and was like, you know what, Gift, we need a segment to end the show on. And I was like, damn, what can I do? I was contemplating walking back and forth from my room, like, how can we, what segment should we do?
All
What
6
should
feet?
we do? And
What's wrong with you, bro?
it's 4. He said, I was walking back from my 4th room. He was like, all 6 feet. And I was like, it's 4.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you. Any-
Bring in the
Anyways-
players.
Anyways, so I was like, damn, you know what's interesting? Who scored the most 4th quarter points this year out of all the games accumulated? So this is mainly for you guys. I wanted to give this one a test run because this is something I want to do when we have guests and stuff like that on. Out of these three players, I already know the answer, so I'm not going to say anything. Out of these three players, these are the top three players that are ranked, that have scored the most fourth quarter points this season.
Okay.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, DeMar DeRozan. Fuck one, marry one, kill one. The one that you marry is the one that you think scores the most in the fourth quarter. The one that you fucking with is you entertain it and you like it, but you're not 100% sure that he'll do it. And the one that you kill, obviously, you don't think he's going to score. There's no way he has this many fourth quarter points all throughout the whole season.
Or you just think he's not.
Or you think he's not that guy.
He's
exactly.
not the one.
Okay,
that's
so we're going to start with you, Rob.
I'll go first.
Fuck
since I
one,
have
marry
it
one,
right here.
kill one.
So for me,
Go.
Okay, we have Giannis, we have Jason Tatum, we have DeMar DeRozan. I've been on the Bucks all year. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna marry Giannis. I really think, and I watched him do it against the Sixers, go crazy in the fourth. I'm going to go ahead and fuck with my boy Jason Tatum. Even though I know DeMar DeRozan's been nasty in the fourth quarter, especially in the beginning of the season, but I think he kind of tailed off. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill him off on DeMar DeRozan. Giannis being who I'm marrying. Jason, I'm fucking with them. DeMar, killing him off. Sorry, DeMar.
All right, Stevie.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill DeMar as well because I'm sorry. Well, like
he's probably the number one. I'm gonna be honest with you because there's nobody
I
else.
At one point, he probably was, but yeah, they kind of tapered, and in the games they were losing, considering how the other players were stepping up in the last month.
Okay, that's fair. That's 100% fair.
It could have taken him off the league.
100%
so,
fair.
I feel like he could definitely still be in the top three, but I'm gonna kill him.
Okay.
And
who you fucking with?
I'm fucking with Giannis, honestly.
Who you gonna marry?
Well, that is Mr. Tatum, bro.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
You guys ready for this?
Wait, hold up. Here we go. Who is it?
DeMar DeRozan has scored 587
he still
fourth
has the
quarter
most?
points. Yeah.
Oh my God.
DeMar DeRozan has scored 587 fourth quarter points this season.
And then keep going.
Then next is Giannis, and then third is Jason Tatum.
I was gonna see how many
How
games
much does
each
Giannis
person's
have?
played.
Say again?
How much did Giannis and Tatum have?
I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
No, but I see that wasn't necessarily surprising to me just because who
yeah.
else is gonna be scoring with DeMar DeRozan?
Giannis has 491 and Jason Tatum has 459. You know who's in fourth place? Take a guess.
LeBron James.
No.
Yes, actually.
Really?
Fuck yeah!
Wow.
Fuck yeah, baby.
We fucking get killed, though.
Hey, who else gonna be?
We get fucking
I said,
killed,
who's
bruh.
carrying their team?
You know who's next after him?
Joel Embiid.
No.
Fucking.
Jokic.
No.
Damn.
Don't give it to me yet.
I'm not.
Tyler Hero.
No.
Ja Morant.
No.
All right, who?
Trey Young.
Oh, yeah.
383. And y'all will never get this one. You know who's after Trey Young?
Darius Garland.
No.
Fuck, I'm gonna say Devin Booker.
Nope. One
Chris
more.
Paul.
No. You.
Terrence Mann.
No.
Terrence, what the fuck?
You know who it is?
Who?
Y'all never guessed it.
Reggie
Nah,
Jackson.
Give me one,
No.
Nah, you got
One more. One more.
Let
Go ahead.
me
Go ahead.
get one more.
Give me a real one.
Let me.
Donovan Mitchell.
No.
No, it's not.
Close.
Is it? It's not Steph. No.
Nope.
We said Devin Booker already. Who else?
Jordan Clarkson.
Oh.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna.
375 according to Stat News.
Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely not.
375.
I was thinking. I'm still
said
thinking of
close.
starters, bro.
That's
I'm
crazy.
still thinking of starters.
I know, that's
honestly.
what, because I was looking at it and I was
That's
like,
crazy.
Come on,
there's
Donovan
no way
Mitchell,
that-
was it?
And I was like,
Crazy.
they're gonna kill DeMar DeRozan easily.
Yeah.
I knew y'all wasn't gonna
Well,
fuck with DeMar DeRozan.
here's the thing. I kind of felt it because just the way that he was rolling in the beginning of the season, and maybe he's played more games than the other two.
Yeah.
But ultimately, yeah, like I was gonna kill him off because these other guys, if they deserve it more, in my opinion. But hey, how long is this episode been, Gifted?
It's been an hour and 8 minutes.
Let's get it wrapped up here.
Man.
Episode 69 in the books. We haven't been able to really really close it out. We've had a couple of things get in our way, but episode 69 definitely comes to a close. God damn, it's so fucking loud,
I
dude.
love that fucking
Stop
button.
doing
I
that
don't
one
care.
right now.
But as always, if you like this video, go ahead and shatter that like button. Bust down those comments. Shout out to the new subscribers. Welcome to the U.
Appreciate y'all.
And remember, support the U.
Shout out John Wall.
Y'all have a good night,
That's your
everybody.
10th joke, dog. What's up?
This is-
Squabble, dog. I need that. Squabble. In this goddamn